I done got in trouble again.
What the fuck? I tried. I'm back. Peace,
Thomassian is the 21st century. I'm on every Friday from 5 to 6 o'clock. I'm also running for the presidency against Rudy and Hillary. And I'm looking for help. What I would like to do, I'd like to have you young people out there tape this show and put it on YouTube. Is that a big deal? I don't think so. You young people, this program is about young people. My program as the President of the United States, running for the presidency, is about young people. That's right, I am for young people. Remember, I have a plan to have a college education for all high school graduates and to pay all former student loans. To wipe out the loans, you don't have to pay for them anymore. I know I hear about a lot of students complaining because their salaries are being garnished by the banks. I want to stop that. So I'm for the young people. Help me out. All you have to do is tape this show or call me. I'll send you a tape and you put it on YouTube. YouTube or any one of those programs. People are delighted to see this show, or they're infuriated, but they're never bored. This is a very interesting show. One of my callers, would you please call me and make sure I got everything right? Because lots of things are fouled up once in a while. The number here is area code 212-757-2076. So just call and make sure that you can hear me and I can hear you. This is Naomi. Naomi Campbell with the drug dealer, Hugo Chavez. And she asked him a question. How about it, Hugo? What's your favorite? He says Fidel Castro because he's a nice beard and he shines his shoes. And he likes the Spice Girls. That's your leader, Hugo Chavez. Naomi, why don't you interview me? I'm running for the presidency. Isn't that important? Here we go again. I want to show you something. These are the people that do not like America. Here. His name is Bill Moore. Bill Maher. Here it is. Bill Maher. He'll be on. This ad is about $150,000 in the Times. 150 grand for this guy. One picture. Boom. This is his reward for being pro-Arab and anti-American. That's the deal we got. Isn't that ridiculous? Not really, because that's what's going on in this country. People who are pro-Arabs, anti-Americans, are getting publicity. $150,000 they're paying for his ad. Please call me now. Any of you, my longtime viewers, will you please call me at 757-2076 to make sure that I'm on. The next we have Al Gore, who says, I got to repeat this because it's really an ornery thing. That the guy was the vice president of the United States for 8 years. He tried to be president, he failed. And he says, my own country, the United States, is principally responsible for obstructing progress here in Bali. We all know that. No, Gore, Fat Gore. Bore Gore. We don't know that. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
I was wondering, who's the real terrorist?
Who are the real terrorists? The Arabs. The Arabs. Well, no, I'm afraid to tell you, sir, but internally, inside this country, we have a lot of American haters. They're all over the place, and they'll cooperate with the terrorists.
I see. Thank you.
You're welcome. And unfortunately, the UN organization, the United Nations, is pro-Arab, anti-American. And when I'm elected president, I'll tell you right now, please tape this moment that I'm going to talk to you about and put it on YouTube. That the United Nations, when I'm president, will be out of New York City and out of the United States. The UN is anti-American, pro-Arabs, and nothing but disruptive practices in this country. The gentleman that just called, who are the two true terrorists? The UN. Many, many people, thousands of them in the UN are anti-American, and we can't seem to do anything about it because they have legal, illegal immunity and all of that. We must get them out of New York City. I'm telling you right now. They're disrupting internally in our country. As a matter of fact, I would like some of you students out there that are taking Mideast studies to tape what these Arab professors say, because the Arab professors evidently have a lot of power over American students, because a lot of the students are knocking America. America's this and America's no good, because they learn in the Mideast studies in these universities. And who are the professors? They're doctorates. This is what they say they are, from Iran, Syria, and many from Palestine. I told you about a story in CUNY. Is it CUNY or Columbia University? One Jewish student was in a Mideast studies, and he was the only Jewish student. And he asked the Arab professor, a Palestinian professor. Palestine, incidentally, is a favorite of the Democratic Party. Yes, the Democratic Party, especially Hillary, as you know, loves the Palestinians. Anyhow, he's teaching, and the student's asking him a question. This is a Jewish student in a classroom. And the Jewish student, his face is on the camera, and he asks the question, and the Arab professor says, "That's a good question," mumble, mumble, mumble. You don't hear anything. And you don't get a view of the Arab professor at all. Remember, I was in a protest when the Iranian Hitler came to Columbia University. I was there. And many, many Arab sympathizers, many students who are Arabs, who are anti-Americans. Who are the terrorists? Plenty of them right here in this country. Well, we're expanding on the cars, I want you to know. Oddly enough, it's coming in India, of all places. India is producing a car, a very small car. I think the price is about $2,500. It's a four-door car. It's very small, and you get about 40 or 50 miles, maybe more, on a gallon of gasoline. It has 2 cylinders. Oh, those of you who don't know what that means, when you hear about Mercedes-Benz has 8 cylinders and other cars have 10 cylinders and very powerful, this is not a powerful car. It doesn't use much gasoline, and they're manufacturing them in India. Ford is expanding in India, and they're planning a small car and an engine plant. I've told you this before, and you don't seem to be listening to me. American companies are building factories, plants in foreign countries, particularly India and China. We're building automobile factories in these countries, eliminating American factories, eliminating the American workforce. And I want to do something about it. And of course, with all these debates that you hear, and I know a lot of the debates to me, I'm going to get into that, are very childish. Some of the replies that these candidates are making are really, I don't know where you are at, man, but I think they're very childish. We are not allowed to participate. We're not allowed to ask any questions. As you know, Hillary had a tear-jerking experience. She was losing in New Hampshire, and the plant, Bill Clinton, had this woman, very elegant, gray-haired woman, 64 years old, who also worked for Bill Clinton, but she didn't work for them. She wasn't a plant.